Alright, here is a video review for the new Ghostbusters Fright Features figures. They just came out the last couple of days. I think I think their street date was just this past Sunday. But they're fun, they're cool. They're very basic. They're 5 points of articulation, very similar to the old real Ghostbusters figures, and I like that because they kind of look very similar to them. One, in the fact that they're slightly cartoony. They've got basically the same points of articulation as the old ones. You can turn their heads, you can lift up their arms, you can lift up their legs. They do come with Proton Packs. In this case, these Proton Packs they just plug onto the back. And they're one single piece of kind of black rubbery plastic. And the way they package them, I haven't fixed these yet. You can see the Neutrona wands have a little bit of a bend to them just because of the way they're stuck through the plastic shell of the packaging. But you can fix that with some hot water, and I'll probably do that as soon as the video is over. But I wanted to leave them intact for the video review. But they just plug into the back. Like I said, all of their heads turn side to side. Their arms come up. Their legs come up. And that's the extent of the articulation that they have. But they're nice little representations. Like it's very clear which one is. And they're fun little cartoony figures of the original Ghostbusters. The reason they are called Fright Features, which was a subline of the original real Ghostbusters line where they had, they could make scary faces, is that they each come with a little ghost. Again, much like the original real Ghostbusters line. Now, in this case, they are not. Let's see, Winston came with him. Peter came with him. Egon came with this one. So they're similar. They kind of have similar ghosts. It looks like Egon and Ray's, even though they're the same ghost but different colored. I guess you could swap them and they'd match the colors of their original ghost that they came with. But Winston does come with the yellow one. Egon does come with the orange one, but close enough. But there they are with the original ghost, and I like that because the original real Ghostbusters figures. Again, we'll go ahead. These are the old busted set I have. They've kind of gotten worn out. They were the first set I could find. I have a nice vintage set, and I have the old busted vintage set. And I found the busted ones first. All their Proton Pack streams are busted. But you can see they fit. They're roughly the same size. They fit the same kind of aesthetic as the old real Ghostbusters dudes. And so they're kind of modern. I like they come with a ghost. They come with a figure. And they're good representations of the characters. And then, as I was saying, the Fright Features are actually the ghosts themselves. So let's go ahead and pick all them up because they each have a little ghost pal that does a different thing. And again, the original solicitations had them with 4 different ghosts, much like the originals, and the variations will be coming. We'll talk about those in a minute. The first wave that's hitting stores is this variation where Ray has a repaint of Peter's ghost, Egon and Winston have repaints of each other's ghosts that do things. Personally, of these ghosts, Peter's looks the best here as a ghost. And I don't know if this is supposed to be Muncher from the film or just a separate generic tentacly ghost. But you can see on the outside here in his main ghost form, his teeth are painted, his mouth is painted, his eyes are painted, and he just looks like a fun little ghost. Ray has a solid pink ghost of the same mold with blue tentacles. And the Fright Feature, there's a button on the back. The ghosts, when you push the button, pop open. And then there's a little tongue in there. As you push the button, kind of goes with a row of spinny teeth around there, some guts and spine detailing inside here, and some interior eyes. And that's the Fright Feature. They pop open. And same here with this one. Now, I think Ray's ghost, this one still has the same colors from the outside, but it gets mostly blue and yellow. And I think Ray's ghost with the green and purple and pink and yellow all together makes a much more interesting busted open version of this ghost. And that one works pretty cool. You can see it's got a big flat base. You can push the button, and it's very easy to activate the Fright Feature and make the tongue spin. Winston and Egon's ghost, and I'm going to use Egon's because it's a little easier. It's like a little chubbly, it looks like it could be a mini puff type ghost. Somebody said it's actually a ghost of Egon, and that's not actually the case at all. Has a button on the back, but when you push it, it pops open these wings. It should pop open these wings just because they're kind of, there's no spring there. These kind of click into place here, and when you push that forward, the friction of popping that tab past there, kind of like those old flick fire missiles, should pop the wings up. This one's a little loose, so it likes to pop back down. And then continuing to push the button makes the head kind of go. It's a little less effective as a fright feature. I like the look of this ghost with the kind of the wings and the face, but because of how these have to pop out, you can't hold it by the head to push the button. You can't hold it around the body to push the button because that needs to pop out. So you're putting a bunch of leverage right here, and the only place you can really grip it securely is by the feet. So unless you're holding it just right, it's very difficult to get this to activate properly. And it has activated properly where that wing has stayed up, but on its own. But you can display it like that, and there's his busted open feature. And just for the sake of it, I'll show you Winston's as well. He's going to want to stay up there, but he's got some neon pink paint inside. And a little, little face. And there they are, all with their fright features activated. And they both have, I like that they pop open and then have a secondary fright feature animation that you can do by continuing to push the button. The original solicits, like I said, had them coming with four completely different ghosts per figure. And I was excited for those because Winston came with Slimer and Peter came with the Terror Dog. That's been confirmed to be a wave 1.5, like a refresh wave of these things. Which, according to Entertainment Earth, is supposed to be, I think, later this month. I don't know. I've heard they might be a store exclusive. I'm not sure about that because, like I said, Entertainment Earth is getting some in. And Amazon has had some listed. But I can confirm that's the case because Amazon the other day, while I didn't have Peter, did in fact have Winston. So today in the mail, I got another Winston who is still, I haven't taken him out of the package yet. I only popped open, since I already had him open, I cracked open the package that had Slimer in it. And it's very cool because, one, it's a Slimer that's mostly in proportion with the figures themselves, which we usually don't get. Like a lot of time, the real Ghostbusters line, they released a Slimer and he was a much larger, the Green Ghost is what they call them, a much larger figure than the Ghostbusters. And even in this line, there's a series of larger ghosts. You can get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Muncher, who is a new ghost from the new movie, or Slimer, which are bigger. They're about the size of, actually even bigger than these guys, because they're single packed on the same size card, or maybe a slightly larger card. They're bigger ghosts. But this one comes with Slimer. And he's got a little button here on his back that when you push it, his arms move. So on top of just these guys, their only articulation is the fright feature. Slimer's arms can be raised and moved. And then when you push his button on the back, his head slips open. And then he's got a food-covered tongue with some kind of magenta paint over the food to be gross. And his tongue kind of goes, wow, 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 wow. Also, it's funny because if he's got some like detail sculpted inside of his head, which is more food. There's like some little Skittles and a piece of pizza on this side and another little piece of pizza on this side, and then the mouth itself has like what looks to be some candy bars and some pizza and a hot dog and maybe a French fry. I don't know what it's all supposed to be, but some food sculpted on the mouth. So Slimer can gross you out too with his just massive slobbery tongue. The Terror Dog, it looks like, I don't know if it looks like when you push it, like it looks like a little Terror Dog, and when you push his button, his jaw, like he doesn't get gross, his jaw just opens really wide with a lot more teeth, and then you can make his little tongue. It looks like his action feature will be making the yellow tongue kind of flip up and down inside the mouth. But again, I don't have it yet. I have one on order, and if I can find one sooner than that, I will. Because it would be nice to have, say Peter with a Terror Dog. If it comes out, I'll have Peter with a Terror Dog. I'll have Slimer with Winston. And then I'll give Ray this ghost because I think they'll look good together in their standard ghost forms. Although I do like this color. It depends on how you do it. I think this guy's great just as a ghost without his fright feature, but I think Ray's looks much better when it's popped open. Also, the Terror Dog's kind of a dark blue, so if you replace just him with the Terror Dog, you'll have a wider variety of colors in the ghosts. But at the same time, you have those guys and then a little Terror Dog over here. I think that would look like a more vibrant lineup of ghosts without any repaints. So, again, if you want to wait, Egon and Ray will come with the same ghost that they currently come with. And then in the refresh, and then Winston and Peter will come with Terradog and Slimer, respectively. But yeah, I'm excited for the new movie. The trailer looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. There's more realistic. The 6-inch figures are out, or at least out for pre-order, with a cool little Build-A-Figure monster. I've seen the Ecto one and the new for this line, and the Neutrino Wand and Neutrino Blaster for this line. Supposedly there's just classic 1984 version of the Ecto one that doesn't. I don't know if it doesn't have the gunnery seat that flops out of the new one, or if it's just a repack in packaging that looks more like the old original movie. Because these have, you can see these have a special little classic 1984 Ghostbusters here, and there's a version of the Ecto that comes with that same call out on the packaging. The current one does not, because it has the gunnery chair that we see in the trailer in it. There's something else I was going to say. But also I don't have it, but I've seen some pictures of these guys sitting on the reissue Real Ghostbusters Kenner Ectomobile or Ecto one that's come out. I may have to pick one of those up because they, again, with that little cartoony look, they fit in with a lot of the old Real Ghostbusters playsets and merch. So if you weren't able to get the real the reissues of the Real Ghostbusters, and I still need to. I keep seeing them in the store, and I keep meaning to, just to have a nice, fresh, newest pair, because that's my old beat-up set that you saw. I have a mostly decent set, but it's not perfect. There's still a little bit of paint scuffing and stuff. I keep meaning to pick up one of the reissue sets from Walmart, and I just, when I have money, I can't find them, so just how it goes. But yeah, they're out now. I ordered the second Winston with the Slimer off of Amazon, but I found all of these at Target this past Saturday. I think Sunday was supposed to be the day they came out, but one of my Targets had them out a day early. And I've seen the Ecto and the Neutrino Wand a few times in the last couple of weeks beforehand. Maybe it was just a week ago. But yeah, they're fun. They're cool. I think they're good representations of cartoony versions of them. The ghosts are fun. Like the Fright features are all fun to play with. I wish the two on these little Chubbly dude were a little easier to activate. But like I said, this guy, Slimer's great. He's Slimer. You're going to love him. But this guy's got a lot of personality. I really dig him. Look at that face. He's just so excited to see you. And then he goes, so he's fun. Anyway. Real Ghostbusters, not Real Ghostbusters, just Fright features Ghostbusters from Hasbro, the new line. It's hitting stores. So if you see them and you're interested, I recommend them. Like I said, the Ghostbusters themselves are basic 5-point articulation figures, but they're fun representations, and the little ghosts they come with are great, and they're $10 for a set of a Ghostbuster and Ghost. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Hope you are too. And if you're not, that's fine too. You don't have to be into Ghostbusters. But if you're not, you're probably not watching this video. At least not this far. Anyway, to quote Slimer. Also, real quick, I got so caught up in talking about the ghosts that I forgot to show off this. Now, obviously, with the 5 points, you can't really. You're not going to get them holding the blasters. Two-handed. It's got the grips molded in here, but you're not going to get them to hold them the way they do in the movies. But you can, because of the rubber, you can get them to at least hold their neutrino wands. Like here, like Egon's doing, although now he wants to fall backwards because he dinkus. So yeah, it's there. The feature's there. You can have them holding them, but you're not going to get any real decent action of them. But they're fun to play with, and they're not any worse than the old ones. They don't have the little spinny beams, but you saw the ones that had busted off my old ones. So that's not a bad thing. I would have liked it if maybe they'd put in a little, kind of like they've been doing with the larger ones, like a little stream that you could clip on to plug into the end of this. Hasbro's been doing that with all of the Transformers lately. You think they could do it with Ghostbusters, but whatever. If I had to choose between fun little ghost, with action features or a beam, I'd much rather have the Ghost. Although if you have the Ghost, you kind of need the beam to catch them. So ineffective Ghostbusters, I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to show off. Like again, they all pretty much have the same body. I don't think they may all actually have the same body. I don't think there's any variation below the neck aside from Winston's hands and their name tags. Their name tags are all printed properly. But I think the jumpsuit body is the same. So any of them holding their neutrino wand is going to look exactly like Egon here. So a drawback, but again, $10 for Ghostbuster and a Ghost, which I still think is a pretty good deal.